Hey everyone, Square Peg, Square Hole coming to you live from the last stop on my South New Jersey trip. So I am right now standing on Cannon Green at Princeton University. This is where there's actually a cannon buried back there from the Revolutionary War. Kind of an interesting little factoid. I'm also standing in front of Nassau Hall, which you can see behind me. That's the home of the president right now, well, the offices of the president. That was the first building on campus, right? And so it's the iconic space here on campus. It was also the U.S. Capitol for a short period of time. So for you history buffs, there's a little something to take back for your trivia. So let's hear a little bit about Princeton. So Princeton's one of the 8 Ivy League schools. As you all know, my alma mater so is also one of them. Here we go, Big Red. But back to Princeton, sorry. So we are in a small city. It's a very cute little city here. It feels very college towny. There's 5,000 undergrads here, about 3,000 grads. So it is a pretty big mix. So you are going to find a lot of the services here. While they definitely focus on undergrads, there is a lot for the grad students. So what are they known for? Math, philosophy, architecture, which you might not think of. Public and international affairs, one of their big ones. Economics, also one of their big ones. History, comp sci, engineering. So unlike some of the other schools, they have a huge engineering school here. 25% of the kids graduate with a BSE as compared to a Bachelor of Arts, which is 75%. But there's no business major here. So if you're looking for business, you'll probably major in economics if you come to Princeton. That is if, because it's a 4% accept rate. So this is one of those really tough ones to get into. But I will give them credit. There's a lot of diversity here on campus. It's about a third white, about 25% Asian, and then a mix of everybody else. Only 15% in-state, as you kind of would expect at a small public liberal arts school like this. But it does have a really huge international presence, a mix of people from every state, so you're going to get a good feel. 5 out of 5 on my Campus Pride Index, so very, very welcoming, very diverse. The D1 Tigers have 38 teams, so if you're looking to play sports, this is a good place for you. You can fence here if you're interested in that, as well as all the other typical sports that you might find: lacrosse, soccer, football, so forth. So admissions wants to know 3 things when they meet you. How will the student contribute to the academic community? How will the student participate in the greater Princeton experience? And will you make a good roommate? So I really love that third question because that gets to the heart of this place, right? They are all about being in the nation's service and the service of humanity. So they're not just looking for the brightest kids. They're not just looking for the kids who have found the answer to cancer. They're really looking for people who are good people, which you can see as you're walking around campus. Really nice mix. Everybody's super friendly. So some of the things that they're known for those of you who might love marching bands, and I was in the Cornell Big Red Band for a year, they have a scramble band here. So nothing organized, you're just kind of out there and having a good time, which is a lot of fun. They have eating clubs, which is kind of interesting. So a little different from the sorority fraternity thing, but still a sense of this is my group of people. 4 years guaranteed housing, so 90% of the students live here on campus, and it does have that Hogwarts feel to it, sort of like Duke. When you walk through the campus, you get that feel. And as my husband and I walked around, we heard a lot of people going, "Oh, it feels like Hogwarts." So I think that's probably the most uttered phrase here on campus. Something else you need to know, every student here does a senior thesis, right? So they want to move you from a consumer of knowledge to a contributor of knowledge, which I think is a really interesting way to look at the student experience. So because of that senior thesis, no double majors, plenty of minors if you're interested in doing that, but they really want you focusing on one thing and honing that and really making a contribution back. So some famous alum: Jeff Bezos, Woodrow Wilson, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and Michelle Obama. So if you haven't read her book, Becoming, I suggest you do. It talks about her experience here. It's kind of interesting to hear. So all the great things about Princeton that you might be interested in. And one last thing, there are 8 general ed categories for your curriculum. The newest one is culture and differences. So really trying to get a focus on understanding different people and how everybody contributes to the service of humanity. That's it for this tour. Keep an eye out and see where we go next.